49ers love to use motion. Nice hole here, exploited by McCaffrey. Stays on it. 2nd down and 4. So Mitchell, who played in the opener but not last week, off the play action here. Purdy looking for something and finds nothing. It gets taken down. The first sack of the season. They had no sacks, no takeaways coming in. Pass is caught on the fly here by Jauan Jennings, who quickly to the right side. Caught. 14th play of the drive. Pressure. Purdy hit as he throws. Broken up in the end zone. So the Giants able to hold care of a 28-yard attempt for the 3rd-round draft pick, Jake. 2 backed up at left guard and left tackle. 4-man rush. Pass is thrown. First catch for him this year. He had 23 receptions last season. Play action. Protected well, but the secondary does. As Jones retreats, steps up. He's going to, I thought, keep it, but no, he throws, finds the open man. It's for 37 yards on this drive. Hangs in there, throws, it's caught, but well short of the first. At the gun to win it by 3. This one 44 yards away, and Gano bangs it through. All kinds of motion. Kittle comes to the wing on the left. Low snap, no problem for Purdy. Throws, and pressure. He hangs in there. The pass is
athletic ability at the position.
From the 10-yard line, look out! And that's Nick Bosa. And they're going to spot it just outside the goal line at the 1. And then Seifert 1-2. Anyway, just to clean that up. And meanwhile, Kittle a little shaken up on the play, but there he is on the right side of the line. Goes out into the pattern. That is caught by Samuel, and off he goes. He, of course, is to the ground. To McCaffrey. 2nd and 1. McCaffrey easily picks up the first down. Still on his feet, gets inside the. Purdy shoots it out here to McCaffrey. How do you stop? Game tied almost halfway through the 2nd quarter. Purdy throwing. It's caught. Touchdown. And a flag is down on the far side at the 11-yard line. So for the moment, Ronnie Bell gets into the end zone.
Ronnie Bell played really 4 years at Michigan. Has a lot of experience, a lot of confidence. A good job adjusting as a rookie.
In the backfield, Bellinger is the fullback. Jones slides left, fires, and it's caught. It's Darren Waller going to the slot. He hasn't caught a pass tonight and won't hear either. The sack. Javon Hard. This time 3rd and inches, and McCaffrey has no problem picking it up. And then a stiff arm gains him another. Mitchell into Giants territory. Another big gain from the 18-yard line. Mitchell again. Boy, I tell you that Ronnie Bell with Mitchell. McCaffrey into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Down the sideline, and that's 3rd and 3. Pressure. Pass too high. Intended there for 11. And Gano's kick is right. Pass to the outside. Hold in, but a little bit. 2nd and 3. He has time, throws down the sideline, flag throw.
How about putting Waller at tight end?
Defense number 2. The ball will be placed at the spot.
Not just flexed out, but
down and goal now from the 8-yard line. And a big hole, and bulling his way is Matt Breida for a touchdown. So if you thought the Giants were going to go belly up tonight, you're wrong. Conversion cuts it to a field goal. No chance. Smothered. Stays at 5 points. From the 25-yard line. Start with Purdy. Going deep over the middle. Wide open, making the grab. And still on his feet. And picking up a lot of extra yardage. Deebo Samuel. They finally wrestle him. 4 catches, 83 yards. Purdy, this time he's going to get swallowed up and taken down for the sack.
Parcells, and they had to beat the Niners in order to get there.
Second down. Long. Caught. Big tight end. Kittle. McCaffrey. And that was a 3rd and 8 play. Now it's 1st and goal. Toss it back to McCaffrey. Threat. 3rd down and goal. Low snap, no problem. Purdy throws. That's where he was phenomenal. And he bangs this one through from 21 yards. Jones, deep, turning around and incomplete. 31-yard line. They begin this drive after they had to take a timeout before the first play of the drive. Pass is caught. Kittle had to reach down for it. 2nd and 2. Good run here. Pass caught by Kittle. Stiff arm, stays in bounds. Turns it into a big gain. 49ers living inside the 20 tonight. It's their 5th trip to the red zone. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Dable loved it. 3rd and 17. Pass is caught. Kittle. Wisnowski to hold it. High snap, but he gets it down. Pick is good. Missing his 2nd game in a row, hamstring. 1st and 22. That's caught up at the 20. Huge play last week to get the Giants rolling. Jones fires too high and incomplete. Slant caught. Look at this again, 20 yards. Kittle. He fights his way. Sooner or later, use 3rd and 2. Pass reaching for it, and it's pressure. Deep. Caught. Samuel.
He just kind of turns away because of that pressure. Thibodeau off to the right. Pocket collapses. He just kind of turns away. Probably thought he had maybe a chance at it, but put it where Samuel could beat Jackson for the football because he got it out early. Little stutter and go. Ball to the outside.
Hyatt in motion, came to the slot. Jones throws, and 3rd and 17. Batted up, volley ball, picked off at the 40. Hufanga to midfield.
Where he is unable to get up to make the play, but this slant to the Jones's right, it gets in there. I think it just goes off of his hands, and then Fred Warner hits the ball. It goes straight up. And then Hufanga, who is known for his physicality, look at this ball. I mean, that gets in there. You got to fight for that.
In hockey, 2 guys would get assists, and that will take us to 0-0 on the clock. So the 49ers go on the road, rout Pittsburgh, beat the Rams. Long trip for the Giants, go to Arizona. At least they pulled out a miracle win to go to 1-1. Now they're 1-2, and get to fly home. And Dave all gets to walk into his house at 6:30 in the morning with the 6 kids.